Good morning, children. This is sum number 11 from your journal entries. From the following transactions of Shyam, a stationery dealer passed journal entries for the month of August 2017. Some transactions are given. So, we have to pass journal entries for Shyam. Start journal entries. Title, journal entries. Next title, in the books of Shyam. Then allot the columns like this: date, particulars, LF, ledger folio number, debit amount column and credit amount column. Then 2017 is the year. So write 2017 at the top. Then August month transaction. So write August. First transaction August 1. Transaction is commenced business with cash 4 lakhs, goods 5 lakhs. Here the proprietor brings cash and goods as his capital. We will apply real account rule. Debit what comes in. Here cash and goods are comes in. So cash account debtor, then stock or purchases account debtor. Cash account 4 lakhs, write 4 lakhs in debit column. Then stock account 5 lakhs, write the amount in debit column. Then both are Shyam's capital. So write to Shyam's capital account. Here we will use personal account rule. Giver of the capital is Mr. Shyam. So write to Shyam's capital account. Total, this 5 lakhs and 4 lakhs combinedly will come in credit column 9 lakhs. Then write the narration: being commenced business with cash and goods. Then August 2. Transaction is sold goods to A and money received through RTGS 2,50,000. Here the proprietor sells goods to Mr. A, but he received money for that sales through RTGS. When we receive money through RTGS or net banking or any other online payment, those cases we don't receive money in the form of cash. We will receive the money through our banker. So the receiver of the money is bank. Here we will use personal account rule, bank account debtor. Then through sales only we are receiving, so sales is the gain. According to our nominal account rule, we should credit sales account. Write to sales account. Amount is rupees 2,50,000 in both columns. Then write the narration: being goods sold and money received through RTGS. Next transaction, August 3. Goods sold to Z on credit for rupees 20,000. Here also the proprietor sells goods to Mr. Z. So Z is the receiver of the goods. We are selling goods to Z on credit. So we have to mention his name. So Z account must be debited according to our personal account rule. Then as usual we will use nominal account rule to credit the sales account. Write to sales account 20,000 amount in both columns. Then write the narration: being goods sold to Z on credit. Next transaction, August 5. Bill drawn on Z and accepted by him rupees 20,000. August 5. bill drawn on Z and accepted by him rupees 20,000. Shyam sold goods to Mr. Z. So, Shyam wrote the bill on Mr. Z. That bill is known as bills receivable, debt receivable. So, bills receivable must be debited at the time of writing of bill because it is a type of asset. So, we have to debit. So, bills receivable account must be debited. Here, the giver for bills receivable is Mr. Z. So, we have to credit Mr. Z account. Bills receivable is the asset for the business because we will receive money from that. So, at the time of writing a bill, we should debit that bill. So, write bills receivable account debtor. Mr. Z is the giver. Mr. Z will give money for that bill. So, write to Z account according to our personal account. Credit the giver. So, write to Z account 20,000 in both columns. Then write the narration. Next, August 8, bills received from Z is discounted with the bank for rupees 19,000. So, the bills receivable is submitted to the banker by Mr. Shyam and he gets the money from the banker. Afterwards, the banker will collect the money from Z. Here, the banker allow discount of rupees 1,000 on that bills receivable. Mr. Z's bill, that is bills receivable, is submitted to the banker by Mr. Shyam and he get the money from the banker for emergency purpose or otherwise if we need money before the payment of bills receivable, we may submit the bills receivable to the banker. Banker will collect the money from the customer later. Here, when you submit the bills receivable to the banker, banker is the receiver. So, bank account must be debited. Banker give you rupees 19,000 only. Rupees 20,000 value bills receivable is accepted by the banker for rupees 19,000. So, balance 1,000 rupees is a discount allowed. For emergency purpose, we may submit the bill to our banker and we will receive money from them. For that, the banker may discount the bill and give the balance money to their customer. So, that discount is the loss for the business. Here, the receiver of the bill is our banker. So, here we will use bank account According to our personal account rule, banker is the receiver, so bank account must be debited. 19,000 only our banker give us. Then 1,000 rupees is a discount. So that discount is loss for us. Out of 20,000 we are receiving only 19,000 from our banker. So that discount is loss for us. So write discount account debtor 1,000. Here we are receiving money in the name of bills receivable. So write to bills receivable account 20,000. 19,000 plus 1,000 combinedly will come in credit column. Write narration. Being bills receivable of Z is discounted with the bank. Next transaction. Goods, August 10, goods sold to M on credit. Shyam sells goods to Mr. M on credit. So write the date 10. M is the receiver. So M account must be debited according to our personal account rule. Then through sales only we are receiving the gain. So write to sales account amount rupees 12,000 in both columns, and then write the narration. Being goods sold to M on credit. Then 12th August 12, goods distributed as free samples for 2,000. Free samples are given by the proprietor to increase their sales. So those free samples are known as sales promotion. I mean the expense spent for free samples are known as sales promotion. So sales promotion is the expense for the business. So it must be debited according to nominal account rule. Sales promotion account debtor. Here we are giving, Shyam gives free samples, goods as free samples. He is a stationery dealer, so he distributed stationery products as free samples. So stock goes out from the business. Stock is otherwise called purchases. So write to stock account or purchases account according to our real account rule. Credit what goes out to stock account or purchases account. Amount rupees 2,000 in both columns. Then write the narration. Being goods distributed as free samples. Next transaction. August 16, goods taken for office use rupees 5,000. Stationery goods are used for office purpose. Write the date 16. Office, though we use the goods for our office use, it is the expenses. It will be treated as expenses. So it must be debited according to our nominal account rule. Office expenses account debtor 2. Here also stock goes out. Stock is used for the purpose. So stock account or purchases account must be credited according to our real account rule. Credit what goes out to stock account or purchases account. Amount rupees 5,000. Then write the narration. Being goods taken for office use. Next transaction. August 17. M became insolvent and only rupees 0.80 per rupee is received as received in final settlement. What was the transaction happened before the M? See, on August 10, Shyam sold goods to M on credit rupees 12,000. So out of this 12,000, M became insolvent for rupees 0.80 per rupee. Became insolvent means if a person is unable to pay his debts, that person is known as insolvent. Here M became insolvent and he is accepted to pay 0.80 per rupee. I mean, out of 1 rupee he is ready to pay 80 paise. If he is liable to pay 1 rupee, he is ready to pay 80 paise out of 1 rupee. But in this transaction, I mean in this sum, M is the liable person to pay rupees 12,000. Out of 1 rupee, he is ready to pay 80 paise. So for 12,000, how much he will pay? 12,000. See, look at the calculation. 12,000 into 0.80. So that much of cash only will be paid by Mr. M. So cash account is debited according to our real account rule. Cash account debtor 12,000 into 0.80, that is rupees 9,600. Then balance amount, out of this 12,000, 9,600 is paid by him. Balance rupees 2,400 he refused to pay because he became insolvent. So the 2,400 will be treated as bad debts. Bad debts are the debts which are not paid by our debtors. Bad debts are our loss, so we have to debit according to our nominal account rule. Bad debts account debtor 2,400. Then to M account. M is the giver, so we have to credit according to our personal account rule. To M account 12,000. Hereafter M won't pay any money. So this is in this particular transaction we have the loss of rupees 2,400. Then write the narration being cash received from M as final settlement. Next transaction, August 20, bill of Z discounted with the bank is dishonored. On August 8, Z's bill was discounted with the banker, and now, I mean on August 20th, Z refused to give the money on bills receivable. Z will become our debtor. So Z account must be debited according to our personal account rule. Then giver of the bill, already the bill is in the hands of the banker. So here the giver of the bill is bank. We have to credit bank account according to our personal account rule. Amount rupees 20,000. Being bill of Z discounted. Write the narration being bill of Z discounted and dishonored. So these are the journal entries for your sum, 11th sum. Do you understand, children? This is sum number 12 from journal entries. Mary is a rice dealer having business for more than 5 years. Past journal entries in her books for the period of March 2018. March month transactions are given. You are asked to pass journal entries. Write the title, journal entries in the books of Mary. Then, as usual, allot the columns. Write the format of journal entry, date, particulars, LF, debit amount column, credit amount column. First, write the date, year 2018, right at the top, then March month, right under the year. Then March 1, write the date. First transaction, rice bags bought on credit from SIBI, rupees 20,000. Mary purchases rice bags from SIBI on credit. We will debit purchases account or stock account according to our nominal account rule. So, stock account or purchases account, debtor. Mary purchases it for credit. So, she has to maintain his creditor name in the books of account. So, we have to use personal account rule. Credit the giver. So, SIBI account must be credited to SIBI account. Write the amount in both columns, 20,000, 20,000. Then write the narration being bought on credit. Next transaction, March 2, electricity charges paid through net banking, rupees 500. Come to the journal, write the date, then electricity charges is a type of expenses. So, we have to debit electricity charges according to nominal account rule. Debit all expenses and losses. Electricity charges account, debtor. Mary pays electricity charges through net banking. So, the giver of cash is the banker. According to our personal account rule, credit the giver. We have to credit the bank account. Write to bank account. Then write the amount 500 in both columns. Then write the narration being EB charges paid through net banking. Next transaction is on March 3. Returned goods bought from SIBI, 5,000. On March 1, Mary bought rice bags from SIBI for rupees 20,000. Out of the 20,000, Mary returned some goods on March 3. That goods worth rupees 5,000. If we return the goods to our supplier, that return is known as purchase return. When we return goods to our supplier, the supplier will be the receiver. Write date under date column. Here, SIBI is the receiver of the goods. So, SIBI account must be debited according to personal account rule. We are returning goods in the name of purchase return. So, goods goes out. Write to purchase return account according to real account rule. Amount is rupees 5,000 in both columns. Then write the narration being goods returned to SIBI. Next transaction, March 4. Rice bags taken for personal use rupees 1000. Mary taken rice bags for personal use. If the proprietor takes any goods to personal use, that is known as drawings. So drawings account must be debited according to nominal account rule. Write the date, drawings account debtor, then goods goes out from the business. Here rice bags goes out from the business. So write to stock or purchases account, amount rupees 1000. Then write the narration, being goods taken for personal use. Next transaction, March 5. Advertisement expenses paid rupees 2000. Come to journal, write the date and the date column. Name of the expenses advertisement. So we have to debit advertisement expenses. Write advertisement expenses account debtor. Mary paid advertisement expenses in the form of cash. Mary paid advertisement expenses in the form of cash. So cash goes out from the business. Here we will use real account rule. Credit what goes out to cash account, amount rupees 1000. Then write the narration, being advertisement expenses paid. Next transaction, March 6. Goods sold to Mano rupees 20,000. Cash sales is there. So write the date and the date column. They have given as goods sold only. There is no detail about whether the cash is received or not. So we may take it as credit transaction. So according to credit transaction, we have to debit the customer's name. I mean who is the receiver of the goods will be debited. Here Mano is the receiver. So Mano account must be debited according to personal account rule. Then sales account always must be credited because sales is our gain. So sales, write to sales account, amount rupees 20,000. Then write the narration, being goods sold to Mano on credit. Then March 7. Goods returned by Mano rupees 5,000. Mary has sold goods to Mano for rupees 20,000. Out of the 20,000, Mano is returning some goods worth rupees 5,000. So that return is known as sales return. You sold goods to your customer. Now you are getting back. Out of that sold goods, you are getting a part of goods as return. So that return is known as sales return. Come to journal, write date. Goods comes into the business in the name of sales return. So sales return account must be debited according to real account rule. Debit what comes in. Here the giver of the sales return is Mano. I mean here the giver of the goods is Mano. So write to Mano's account according to personal account rule. Credit the giver. Write the amount 5,000 in both columns. Then write the narration. Being goods written by Mano. Next transaction, March 8. Payment received from Mano through NEFT. Here the balance amount payable by Mano is rupees 15,000 only. Because we sold goods to Mano rupees 20,000, 5,000 worth goods are returned by Mano. So balance 15,000 only is payable by Mano. On March 8, he paid the cash through NEFT. If you receive cash through NEFT or net banking or RTGS, your banker will be the receiver of that cash. So bank account must be debited according to our personal account rule. Write bank account debtor. Name of the giver is Mano. Credit the giver. Write to Mano's account. Amount rupees 15,000. Write 15,000 in both columns. Then write the narration being received from Mano. These are the journal entries for sum number 12. Do you understand the journal entries? This is your last sum of journal entries. Students, I'll meet you in our next class with a new chapter, Accounting Equation. Thank you.